Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. To you I say Shalom. The title of this lesson is The Word Has to Be Preached. All right. And we're going to go ahead and just jump right into this lesson. Starting off with Romans chapter 10 and verse 13. It reads, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh or the name of the Lord shall be saved." Right? So it's showing you right here the importance of the name of Yahweh and the name of his son Yahweh Shah. Again, Yahweh being the Most High, the Father, and Yahweh Shah being his only begotten son, right? Whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? So it says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, shall be saved." Now, these Christians, they misconstrue this precept all the time. Everything pertaining to "for whosoever," the world, they like to incorporate themselves or incorporate everybody, all nations into this. But that's not what it's saying. As we read at the very top, Romans 10 and 1, "Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved." Now, why would he write this on a letter to the Romans, right? Because there were Israelites in Rome calling themselves Romans, behaving like Romans, in turn making them those Gentiles that we read in the New Testament, right? But anyway, continuing on, Romans 10 and 13, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall be saved." But as we know, in the book of Matthew, when you read this, knowing the name is not just the end all be all. You can't just know the name and then think that you'll be saved in the day, right? Or in the day of trouble. This is Matthew 7 and verse 21. "Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven." See, so it's telling you right there, because you pray and you call upon the name of Yahweh or Yahweh Shah, that doesn't mean that that's it. You're sealed. You got a seat on the chariot. All you gotta do is just be patient and wait. Nah, it's certain steps. There's a path that you have to walk through. There's a certain manner you gotta way you gotta conduct yourself. It says, "Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." You see? So you got to be obedient to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The scriptures talk about, "If ye love me, keep my commandments." Yahweh Shah said that. Let me see. Right here. John 14 and 15. John 14 and 15. "If ye love me, keep my commandments." Plain and simple. This is red letter. So Yahweh Shah said this out of his own mouth. "If ye love me, keep my commandments." See? So that's how you show your love towards the Most High. That's you showing obedience, respect, reverence, right? Whenever you read in the scriptures the fear of the Lord, people don't really understand what it means to fear the Lord. People just think you got to be scared and terrified. Yeah, that too, but it mainly goes into having reverence, respect, right? When you have reverence, respect unto someone, like for example your father, you're going to listen to what he says. You're going to take into consideration his advice. You're going to, do uh, uh, what you can to please your father, to, you know what I'm saying, to gain his respect, you know what I'm saying, to gain favor, his favor on you, right? But let me see. Let's go back. And that's essentially what we're telling our people, you know, by us coming out here and proclaiming this message, you know, to, hey, seek favor from the Lord, man. You're in this terrible condition because of your transgressions. The reason why you're in this position, you're in the lowest state. Your wives are harlots, or the wives of Israel are harlots, right? Children are nothing but little demons, disrespectful as hell. All the degeneracy that goes on in our quote unquote communities, you know, it's all because, you know, we have the curses on us. And why are the curses on us? Because we transgressed the laws, we broke the covenant, right? So the Most High kept His end of the covenant, but we didn't, right? But anyway, Romans 10 and verse what was 13? Let me read verse 14. It says, "How then shall they call on Him in whom they have not believed?" You know, so how is Israel going to call upon? See, because for a long time, Jake has been calling upon JC, Jesus Christ, Jehovah, Yahweh, all these other names. What has that done for you, Jakes? Nothing. But get your ass jacked up and destroyed even more. I mean, you can look at the modern day Christian, man. They threw. They threw. They're hypocrites. They're full of shit. They don't know nothing. And when it comes to the scriptures, they break things down wrong. What the scripture says, ye err not knowing the scriptures. Hey, these Christians, they don't know the scriptures. Jakes that's in Christianity, they don't know the scriptures. They don't know the true names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. They're still calling upon Jesus Christ and Jehovah. Or they might try to use what they believe to be the true names, you know, Yeshua, whatever the hell it is, right? But there's only one name for the Father, and there's only one name for the Son, and that's Yahweh Yahweh Shah. And that's why the true prophets are needed to come out here. As a matter of fact, let me get that. It talks about this. 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High has set forth the apostles last, as they were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men, right? And you see this to this day. You know, from the apostles and the elders on down, from Great Millstone, we are made a spectacle unto the world. The whole world is talking about the Hebrew Israelites, right? The controversial topics that we bring out, right? Which is damn near everything in the scriptures, you know, to whom salvation is for, right? Who are the true Israelites? You know, we can go on and on. Who the names of the Most High is, right? A lot of things that the world disagrees with when it comes to the true doctrine of the scriptures, right? But let me read this again. 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High has set forth the apostles last, right? So, meaning everything else that came before was to try to liberate Jake, but none of that has worked. None of that has worked. Now we got the truth. Now we know we're in the last days, because this is going to be pretty much the banner, right? That's gonna or the banner that's being lifted to show that we're here. The banner is being lifted that to show that the enemy is falling, America is collapsing, and that Israel is back. Israel is here, right? And the standard that's being lifted up, right? But anyway, let's go from here. Let's go back, right? Romans 10 and 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? So now, since the apostles are being are from the apostles and elders um, of Great Millstone on down, brothers in like mind, excuse me, pretty much the prophets being out here, right? Now Israel is coming back. Now Jake is able to uh, 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 call upon the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, right? Understand uh, uh, whenever it talks about the scriptures of the promises and the giving of the law, the covenants, this is all talking about you, Jake. This is your heritage, right? All these things pertain to you, right? But it says, and how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? Right? So the Most High always, always uses prophets, always uses men, right? To come out here and proclaim, to warn his people, right? Let's get this. Second Chronicles 36:15, it says, and Yahweh, power of the fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. Right? So this is the reason why the Most High would send his prophets out, to go and bring the warning. And we're bringing the warning of the end times. We're bringing the warning of Jacob's trouble. We're bringing the warning of nuclear war, right? Just things pertaining to prophecy, the MOTB, things that's going to happen in our lifetime. We're giving the warning out to get our people ready and prepared, so uh, uh, they can pass the test, right? Because when you go in the book of Revelations, right? Let me get this. Revelation 3 and verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And that's going to be an ultimate test, that time period, right? So we're out here to warn our people, to get our people's minds right, and to prepare for this time, right? And how are you going to prepare if you don't know? On who you're going to call for help if you don't know? What are you going to prepare for if you don't know? This is why the word being preached is of monumental importance. It has to be preached. Because without the prophets being out here and warning the people, hey, it's going to be, it's almost like a watchtower, right? You have a watchtower, and it talks about that in the book of Ezekiel. You have a watchtower. The watchmen are supposed to watch on the watchtower and then blow the trumpet if danger is near, right? And if there's nobody on the watchtower to blow the trumpet to give warning to the people down below, how are people going to get ready, right? How are the people going to prepare, right? So that's why uh, 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 us going out there in the Highways and Byways is of monumental importance to our nation. Mainly the elect, because the elect are the ones that we're really looking out for. They're the ones we're trying to wake up to bring back to the Lord. Because in the scriptures it talks about it, the remnant, pretty much once the remainder of the elect are sealed, that's whenever the end will come, right? Once the elect are sealed, the you know the angels are gonna stop holding back those winds and let everything just come full force, right? Let's see. Let's get from here. Second Ezra chapter 7 and verse 6. It says, there is another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. So this is referring to the kingdom of heaven, right? The kingdom of heaven is that city on a broad field full of all good things, right? The path to it is narrow. This walk that we're living, that we're walking. trying to, the scriptures say, he that turneth to the Lord must prepare his soul for temptation, roughly paraphrasing. Also, he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey, right? So there's a certain guideline that you have to follow, and certain things that will come uh, uh, with you departing from evil, right? Certain certain demons that will try to tempt you to steer you out of that path, right? But it says, verse 7: the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like if like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left of deep water, by just showing the dangers of deviating from the path, right? Which is ultimately death, right? You deviate from the path, like the scriptures say, he that entereth some other way is considered a thief and a robber, roughly paraphrasing, right? There ain't no other way. There ain't no other way to enter into the kingdom of heaven. You try to find some other way, you'll be considered a thief and a robber. There ain't no other way. All these Christians, these Catholics, who ain't coming, really is these Jakes. And I'm not saying Christians, trying to incorporate everybody, but I'm saying Jakes in the Christian faith, Jakes in Catholicism, Jakes in Islam, whatever, trying to attain the kingdom of heaven their way, is not going to work. It's not going to work. There's only one path, right? And there's only one door, and that's Yahweh Shah, right? So it says, verse 8, the one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could one man go there at once. If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Exactly. So, and I brought this out because, well, it's going to say it actually here in verse 10. And I say it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, right? So the only way for Jake to enter into the kingdom of heaven, and then now we understand that uh, only 1/3 is going to be saved, right? And then after the 1,000-year period, the rest of the 2/3, the ones that died, um, well, yeah, 2/3, right? They're going to come back as children of the elect, right? But um, whenever it says here, in verse 10, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so is Israel's portion. So the only way for Jake to enter in the kingdom of heaven is to go down this path, right? And how you gonna know this path? How you gonna recognize this path if no one tells you, if no one points you in that direction, right? Just like all of us that came into this truth, we heard the prophets proclaiming this word. This is what, and we heard that voice in the back of our head, right? As it talks about in the scriptures. We heard that voice in the back of our head, and we were like, okay, this is the way, right? But it all started with the Most High sending his prophets out there to preach this word, right? Otherwise, we would have never found out, unless the Most High directly dealt with us, right? But we understand that the Most High always uses his prophets and sends them out there, right, to push his word, right? But let's get another one. Let's get Acts, the book of Acts. Acts chapter 8 and verse 30. It says, and Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, understandest thou what thou readest? So this is Philip running over to this Jake, right, who was a eunuch, right, under the authority of Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, right? But it says, verse 30, and Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, understandest thou what thou readest? Now listen to this, verse 31. And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me. You see? So it says, how can I except some man should guide me? Meaning, how can I except unless someone breaks this down for me? I don't understand it. I need somebody to break it down for me. Right? That's essentially how we were. You know, when we first woke up, or when we first, heard this word, we didn't understand the scriptures like that. The Christian church and the Catholic church, they don't teach you shit. Right? I know when I first heard this truth, man, there was scriptures that I never even heard about. The breakdowns, just everything, man. But anyway, it says, verse 31, he said, how can I except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he should come and sit with him. That was pretty much the point, right? You need the prophets out there to go out there and proclaim this truth, to teach the people, right? And this is why the prophets are of vital importance, right? This word being proclaimed is monumental, right? Because we know in the scripture it talks about how we would fall away, right? Let me see. Second Thessalonians 2:3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, meaning the end, except there come a falling away first, and that man is sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So it says, except there come a falling away first, because there'll be a time where we will discontinue from our heritage. We will discontinue from the customs, the laws, right? The traditions, the high holy days, right? Our understanding of the scriptures, right? Knowing who we are, Israel will be stripped from us. The knowledge of us being Israelites, all that will be taken from us, right? That's what that's going into. So us being stripped of everything, of who we are and how the Bible pertains to us, we're pretty much lost. We're pretty much through out here, man. We were in a decrepit state, right? We were, as it says in the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, right? We were pretty much those dry bones. And when you go into Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, and verse 11, it says, then said he unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. That's right. We were dried, man. We were spiritually and mentally dead, man. We had no hope, as it says right there. Our hope is lost. We had no hope of escaping captivity. We had no hope of returning back home. We had no hope of having peace, prosperity. I mean, you had Jake now. Jake is so through and so accustomed to the way that he's living that he can't see himself being in a better position as far as leadership wise, being kings, right? Being priests of the Most High God. These things Jake can't fathom. Jake will leave that up to the so-called white man to fill those roles. But that's how far gone our people have become. Let's get another one. Let's get Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22. It reads, for my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, they have none understanding. Sottish meaning stupid. Our people are stupid and foolish, man. Right? For the actions and the behavior that the way they conduct themselves, man. Like, it shows you these are foolish, stupid people, man. Then you have the stupid ass Hood Olympics. You have so much stupid ass shit, man. And like recently you had that whole crate challenge, stupid ass challenges in social media, man. You got a bunch of degenerate ass behaviors, amongst our people, right? But it says, and they have none understanding. They have no understanding. People have no understanding. Even though they say they know, they don't know shit. Jake just doesn't like being told what to do, or they don't like showing that they're inferior to somebody, you know. But anyway, it says they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. They are wise to do evil, you know. Jake is quick to, you know, uh, 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 split up a damn 8 ball and be able to make money off of that, or try to scam somebody, you know, how to take another man's wife, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, we can go down to the list of the debauchery that our people are involved in. But this to say is that they're quick to do all this evil, right? But it says, but to do good, they have no knowledge, right? They're wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. Our people have no understanding of the righteous ways. You know what righteousness even is, how to behave in the righteous manner, right? Our people don't know that. They haven't been raised in that. All they know is wickedness. From the father to the grandfather, and even before that, people have been raised in having or behaving wickedly. There has been no order. We can all link this up to the white man having fault in this, and yeah, Esau does have fault in this, but ultimately, you know, it's our fault for disobeying the Lord. This would never have happened if we haven't transgressed the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? Esau wouldn't be in power, as you know, uh, as we understand that if we would have kept the laws, we would be in power, right? But anyway, go into another topic. But let's get Romans 10 and verse 2. It says, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge." Right? Jake wants to find their purpose in life. Jake wants to serve the Lord, or wants to serve God, right? But they had no true knowledge, man. They don't know who to serve. They don't know what's right. They don't know what's the truth, right? They're ignorant of that fact. But they're quick and ready to be the biggest JC Jesus Christ backer, Jesus Christ supporter. They're quick to serve Allah and do whatever it is they need to do to serve Allah, right? But whenever it comes to truth, again, serving the true power, Yahweh, they don't understand, they don't know. But again, it just goes to show the importance of the prophets being out here, the word being proclaimed, right? All this degeneracy being called out and showing our people the true way, right? Isaiah, what is it, 58? Yep, Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins. You see? That's what we're out here to do. Like a shepherd. The sheep is going the wrong way, taking the damn left turn, and you gotta steer him in the right direction, right? That staff that the shepherd has is that correction, instrument of correction. You give that sheep a couple taps, steer them in the right direction, and there you go, man. That sheep can be saved. You let a sheep wander off too far, and you're gonna have wolves after it. You're gonna have lions, bears. It's gonna become prey, and that's what we out here. Here in America, we're prey. We were prey for a long period of time, but now we're coming under Yahweh or Yahweh Shah. We're coming under a covering that's actually going to be able to protect us and cover us, right? Which is what we need. Jake needs protection. Jake needs someone to defend him, right? Because we can't defend ourselves. Those who are claiming to be our supporters and claiming to help us and be our number one backers and defenders, they're really out to use you and abuse you. I'm talking about the so-called white man and these nations who proclaim to be your friend, who proclaim to be, there for you, but really they're there for themselves. They don't want you to rise up. They don't want you to be in a better position. They want you. They want you and to like you right where you are. Right. But anyway, let's get another one. Let's get Hosea 4 and verse 6. It says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children." That's right. And that's how people are, man. People are destroyed. Completely destroyed, man. Like the behavior and the actions that our people partake in on a daily basis are leading our people down a path of self-destruction. And they don't even know it. I mean, just simple things, even simple things like eat healthier, right? All these fast foods and GMO foods and whatever is going to slowly kill you, going to give you all kinds of cancers. Smoking cigarettes, right? You need to cut that shit out. This is a lot of simple things. But our people, so caught up with, or pretty much them being raised here in America has allowed them to pretty much behave this certain way, right? To behave this way of not caring, But anyway, let's continue on. Let's go to there was a precept I wanted to get. I can't remember what it was. Salakia. Let's get Romans 10 and verse 17. As a matter of fact, let's continue off from verse 15. I know we read 14. Let's go down to verse 15, read down to verse 18. It says, Romans 10 and 15, "And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings," Slakia, "of good things. But they have not all obeyed the gospel of Isaiah. For Isaiah saith, Lord, who have believed our report?" Right. So who had believed our report? Who is listening to us, man? Right. Who's taking these matters to heart, man? Right. Verse 17. "So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High." You see? So the message being out there and being proclaimed, this truth, right, being spread out throughout the four corners of the earth is what's bringing in the believers, right? This is what's bringing in, what's building up the house of David, right? Because like you just read, so faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. So by hearing this word, that seed is planted into the elect's minds, right? And that's where faith is able to flourish. Like we read, actually we haven't read it, but I pulled it out in one of my previous lessons. Get it real quick. Let's see. 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase. You see? So we plant the seed, we water it, right? But ultimately, it's all up to the Lord whether that seed is going to take root or not, right? Now, let's get John 10 and verse 27, because the elect were foreordained to receive this truth, right? They're preordained to receive salvation. But this is John 10 and verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. You see, so hey, Yahweh Shai, the angels, they know who the elect are, right? They know. So it says, my sheep hear my voice, meaning the elect are going to listen to this truth. The voice is who? The prophets. The word is Yahweh Shai. That word is being proclaimed, and the elect are going to listen. They're going to take heed to this message. They're going to take heed to this voice. They're going to understand that, hey, this is the truth. This is Yahweh Shai, right? But it says, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me, right? The elect are going to follow. They're going to take heed, right? They're going to understand that this is the truth. To those who aren't the sheep, they ain't going to receive it. They ain't going to get it, right? If they were never the sheep of the shepherd, they're not going to listen to the shepherd. Which is why you have a lot of people out there bugging out and tripping out and perverting the scriptures. Ultimately, because they ain't part of the sheep, right? They ain't part of the fold. A lot of them are wolves dressed up as sheep, right? But anyway, let's see. Let's get one more. Let's get Isaiah 44, and we'll start at the top. It says, Yet now hear, O Jacob my servant, and Israel whom I have chosen. Thus saith Yahweh that made thee and formed thee in the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob my servant, and thou Jeshurun whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses. One shall say, I am Yahweh's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Israel. You see? It says, Thus saith Yahweh, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts, I am the first, I am the last, and beside me there is no power. So, the point being is that through the word being preached, that's how the Most High is watering us, bringing us back to life. The water is synonymous to this word, to this truth, right? We are that dry ground, right? Or well, the dry ground could be synonymous to um, America, Salakia, right? And that flood, is being brought forth, man. The flood of this truth, the flood of the scriptures, it's flooding the internet, it's flooding America, man. Everybody's talking about this. If they ain't talking about it directly, they're indirectly talking about prophecy, talking about the scriptures, talking about the truth, right? But either ways, the truth is out here because why? Because Yahweh Shem Shah sent forth his prophets out here to proclaim this truth, to wake up his people. And that's why you see, Jake rising up, man. That breach is being closed. That division between Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, that's being closed. We're coming back all under one banner, all under calling ourselves Israel, right? But that was pretty much it. That was pretty much the topic. That was pretty much the point. Um, yeah, man. You know, our job here as being prophets. Those of us, those brothers, those of us that's going out there. You know, pushing His word. Hey, we're doing a a work that's gonna be remembered forever. This is of great importance, man. We're serving the Lord. We're serving Yahweh Shah, right? The King of the universe, right? The power of everything. Even the scriptures, it talks about how even the angels tremble, you know, in the presence of Yahweh. I mean, the power that we serve, man, is like none other, man. Like there is no other anyway. There is no other God. There's only Yahweh, and under Him is Yahweh Shah. You know, the Creator of everything. So this work that we're doing is not a light matter, man. This is of great importance. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing His word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Until the next time, I'm gonna say, Shalom, Kwam Yasher Allah.